my screen is visible. Today we will be talking about two libraries, that is a Seaborn and Matplotlib. Okay. For that, I'm just starting with the understanding of both the libraries, and then we will demonstrate how it is being used. Okay.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you please paste the screenshot side by side in the Word file of the codes?
Yeah, please. Yeah, I will do it. Don't worry about that. But Krishnan, please remind me. See, होता क्या है कि जब मैं वो फ्लो में सिखाती रहती तो वो प्रैक्टिकली चलते रहता है और
Yeah,
उसमें
yeah, ma'am, that's what I told in the start only. You earlier said me that.
हाँ। आप ना मुझे फिर से बता, मतलब जैसे हुआ प्रोग्राम फिर आप बोल देना कि इसका
Okay,
स्क्रीनशॉट
ma'am.
दो, तब खत्म।
Okay, ma'am. Okay,
होता ये है कि
okay.
मैं मेरे फ्लो में सिखाती रहूंगी तो वो चेंजेस मैं स्क्रीन प्रोग्राम में करती रहूंगी, ऐसा हो जाता है।
Okay, ma'am.
जस्ट गिव मी 1 सेकेंड। इज इट योर डॉक्यूमेंट? आई रियली डोंट रिमेम्बर विच वन इज योर्स। ओके, better we will create a one document here. Okay. No, this is yours only, right? This was your document, right? ये screenshot ही है।
Yes, ma'am.
So let's talk about that. And we are now talking about Seaborn, okay, library. So first, why we use Seaborn libraries? That is a um, important question we will be discussing. What is the main purpose of the Seaborn library? जैसे NumPy Pandas library जो था वो डेटा के लिए था, स्पेसिफिकली NumPy तो एरे डेटा, न्यूमेरिक डेटा के लिए यूज होता है। ओके। सो हर एक लाइब्रेरी का एक मेन पर्पस है। सो लाइक व्हाट इज द मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ सीबॉर्न लाइब्रेरी हियर? So in the Seaborn library, whatever be the data we are having, okay, we can visualize the analysis on that data. Okay. सो सीबॉर्न लाइब्रेरी वैसे ही काम करती है जैसे आप डेटा पावर बीआई या एक्सेल में कैसे विजुलाइज करते हो ना, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ चार्ट और सम स्कैटर प्लॉट, वैसे ही सीबॉर्न लाइब्रेरी के थ्रू आप आपका जो डेटा रहेगा उसको आप यू कैन सी इट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ charts and scattered, basically plots. Okay, so let's talk about that. Just give me 1 second now. आपको दिखाई दे रहा है ना मेरा स्क्रीन?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके। अंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड exploring the data. Okay, now, okay, now how we will be basically Seaborn library, it's an extended part of Matplotlib only. Okay, so let's it is an extended part, or we can say it is developed. It is developed. It is developed on Matplotlib only. So first I will explain you the Matplotlib, and then we will go with the Seaborn. Okay, is it okay to you?
Yes, ma'am.
If we start first Matplotlib and then we talk about Seaborn, that will be okay, or we can have Seaborn first. See, because Seaborn जो है ना वो it's an extended part, or it is been developed in the Matplotlib library only.
Ma'am, you please start as you wish. I have no idea about this exactly.
Okay, okay, no problem. I will start. I will take it as like both the things, okay? Mm. So we will talk about Seaborn only. Okay, it's just like a way we did for the other libraries. Okay, so there are certain categorical plot we can have it in the Seaborn library. Okay, so what are the categories of the plot we can draw into the Seaborn library using Seaborn library? That is we are discussing right now. So there are the plots in the Python Seaborn library. Okay, so what are the plots we can have it? So distribution plot we can draw using Seaborn, where we will examine the types of distribution. Okay, whether it is a bivariate or a univariate distribution. Then we can also have a relational plots. So relational plots are being used for understanding the relation between the two variables. Then we are having regression. Regression plots also can be drawn using this. So regression plot in the Seaborn is basically primary use. Okay, for the regression plots. Okay, so primary use of the Seaborn library is um, intended for regression analysis in graphical way. Okay, then we can also have a categorical yeah, categorical. Okay, so the categorical plots are used to deal with categories of variables and how these variables can visualize. Okay, so there are so many types of variables or data we deal with, like numeric data. We also having label data, ordinal data. Then there are the categorical data also. Okay, so for that we can use this particular plot. Then yeah, so these are the mainly plots category we can draw using Seaborn library. Okay, let's talk about how to install Seaborn library. So for the installation of Seaborn library, you can use a basically install Seaborn in the Python environment. You can install it into PIP command. Through the PIP command, we can directly install the Seaborn library. Okay. So how to install your Seaborn library? You can directly use mm, pipe command and then install Seaborn. So it automatically get installed. Okay. Now, how we can plot a simple charts using Seaborn library that we are talking right now. So let's have. Okay. So I'm just starting with the online editor here. Okay. The very first thing we will be importing the Seaborn library. So okay. Then we also import Matplotlib actually. Okay. With the Python or with the pyplot. Okay. As PLT as a variable. Okay. So two libraries we need to import before to going for any kind of chart to be drawn. Okay. Now what we are supposed to do here, we are having the variable SNS, that is for the Seaborn. We will be the set command. Okay, set is a kind of command we will be using to make its appearance. Okay, so set function is basically used for styling the environment. Okay, so suppose I want to style it is equals to say dark, so it will look into the dark basically way. Okay, it may look into the little darker colors. Okay, then we will be using some data, another function we call it the data set function. So data set function is basically the function to declare a data type. Okay, so there is a frm variable is equals to sns dot load. Okay, we can directly, instead of going with these all functions, we can directly have the simple things. I'll just show you that. First, let me do that. Okay, so these are the two functions. Then we can have SNS dot dist plot, and we can just directly pass the value in it. Okay, plt dot show. Mhm. Okay, do one thing. Maybe this compiler online is not actually allowing me to add this. Mhm. Just give me 1 second. I'm sharing this code in the chat. Okay, kindly paste in your environment and try it. Meanwhile, I'll just check why this environment is not supporting. Otherwise, I will go with some another environment. Are you just work on that? Please do that execution.
Yes, ma'am. Just 1 minute.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'll just go in some another environment because it has to work.
I mean, in mine it is not working. I was doing side by side to you.
So you are
Yes, ma'am. In mine also not working.
why this just 1 second. Have you installed the C1 library? Have you checked with that actually?
Now I'm running it on VS Code. Just 1 minute. No, ma'am, it's not working actually.
Just give me 1 second. I just need to check. Have you installed first, basically Matplotlib libraries?
Yes, ma'am, pip install Matplotlib. Actually, ma'am,
Hmm. Yes, yes.
it's showing me. Ma'am, actually, my environment is not correct. Maybe that's why it's not working. Otherwise, it's not showing any error, but not giving any output.
Okay, do one thing. If you just want to check whether it is being installed or not, kindly just run this command. I'm just sharing on the chat.
Ma'am, actually, the Python is not correctly set up on my VS Code. Actually, C++ is set up. Maybe that's why.
Is it the case? Because
Yes, ma'am.
in my laptop, the same situation is there. So even in my case also, I'm just trying, but it's not giving me the same result which is expected. Anyway, I'll just do it with the 1 second. Huh? I'm just trying with the not as no PLT and import Seaborn SNS dot list dot yes, and then okay, hist is equals to false. And then PLT dot show. Just try to do it with some other.
Now I'm trying with an online compiler. Just 1 minute.
Even it is not showing in my W3 compiler as well. It's showing the error.
No, ma'am, it's not working even in a Python compiler. Num, which compiler you were using while performing the task?
That's the online Python, official Python compiler online.
Okay, ma'am.
Because that compiler is the official one. It's showing module not found error for the Matplotlib as well, and for the same.
Just on plotlib.py.
Yes, now finally something happens. 1 second. In W3 compiler, it's working now.
No, ma'am, it's not working in one compiler also.
1 second. We'll just do it with this compiler, okay? Let me first. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Few example. I just try here. Okay. Import. Import. Okay, let first we discuss only the matplotlib only. Okay. So instead of talking about Seaborn, we will just focus on Matplotlib, and then we'll see how the C1 we can have it, because right now in W3 school compiler, it is allowing me only for the Matplotlib. Okay, Seaborn, it's also showing the error. Now, okay, let's talk about that Matplotlib only. Okay, so Matplotlib is the library, or this is a function. I'm just showing you. Okay, this is the these are the libraries being provided. Yeah, I had just tried with one program actually. Yeah, so Matplotlib. Okay, so Matplotlib is a low-level graph plotting library. Okay, it's a low-level graph plotting library in the Python. Okay, it is mainly again for the visualization. Okay, it is mainly for the visualization, and it is the very first library which is being introduced in the Python for the visualization. Okay, so whatever be the further library like a C1 which we are talking, or maybe the further more libraries are there which are for visualization, they completely based on the Matplotlib only. Okay, or their main core is in the Matplotlib. So let's begin with the Matplot. Okay, so if you want to install Matplot, so there is a very simple command you can use it. Okay, in the Python environment, or on your C drive, you can have install Matplotlib. Okay, and once you do this, automatically using this command, the installation of a library will be happened. Okay, once the installation happened, you can directly import your library like this. Import Matplotlib. Okay, so let's begin with the understanding how the Matplotlib is working. Okay, so if suppose I want to check the my latest version of Matplotlib library, so I can just use Matplotlib. Okay, and I can just see print Matplotlib. Okay, dot versions, the way we do in the normal environment, that only I'm doing in the online. Oh, still it's showing the error. Why error? Okay. So this is the latest version of the Matplotlib we are able to see by just looking into this code. Okay, now this is working. Finally, in the online environment, this Matplotlib is working. Okay, now we will see how the Matplotlib we can use it to plot the any kind of I mean to say any kind of visualizations or any kind of graph. Okay, so we are having Matplotlib pyplot is the object. Okay, or we can say it's not an object, it's a submodule. Okay, it's a submodule of Matplotlib because Matplotlib is a very vast library. It's a very big library, and we will be using only pyplot for drawing a few certain basic plots for our data sets. Okay, so most of the Matplotlib utilities lies under the pylots only. Okay, so we will talk about that very soon with the help of the code only. So we will just have a dot pyplot, and then we will create a one object here. So PLT is one object I created. So when I'm using this pyplot, so I will be creating an object of pyplot. Okay. So pyplot is now become a PLT as a alias. Okay. So this is a alias I am using for this module. Okay. Now how I can draw certain things using Matplot library and the pilot. So let's talk about it. Okay. So we will be having, yeah, import. Okay. NumPy. Now you may ask me like why we are using NumPy. So we need to use NumPy because NumPy will give us the data, right? So we will be using, we will be importing NumPy also. Okay, and we will be having certain points is equals to NumPy dot array we will be initiating, and that array we will passing like 0, 6. As we know that NumPy is mainly work on the arrays, and then y points. This is the data we are having. And again NumPy, we will be having array for the points on the y-axis. Okay, so both the axis we will be defining here. Let's say 250. Okay. Now we need to draw this. Okay, so we will be using pyplot. Okay, so pyplot dot plot. Okay, plot is a function, and what values I will be passing here? I will be passing this variables that is a NumPy objects. Okay, x points and y points, and then I will be having PLT dot show. Hopefully it should work.
Ma'am, the prior code has run in my system. Finally, I got that.
Yeah, good, finally. But still, in my case, this is we are not able to see right now. Can you just do this in your environment, Shri? If the earlier one was working, so can you just try this?
Ma'am, it's just revolving. I think ma'am, this is a network error. I think mine is also showing the same thing.
Okay, it means that there is some network, basically it's the server network with this editor. Because earlier one program ran successfully. So I thought let's start with this basically environment. Anyway.
Ma'am, I've just given in the chat box a few codes I've changed.
You make it through the data frame.
Yes, ma'am.
I can try this also. No, again, it's showing the Seaborn error in this environment. Seaborn is not in this environment actually. Anyway, no problem. Kindly check with the earlier one. This one.
Yes, I'm trying.
And just check it in this environment as well. This is also not running this. Let's see.
It's showing a blank screen.
Is it so?
Hmm. When this cursor will stop, it will show a blank screen, a black screen total.
It has to show like some graph, actually, a straight line. Matplotlib model. Here's the command.
Ma'am, it will not work here in online GDB.
It's not working here.
No, ma'am,
Check.
yeah, ma'am, I have tried. It will not work here.
Okay. Hmm. And here is also not working, right?
Ma'am,
Earlier
it
program.
will show a black screen, nothing else.
Oh, these 3 lines I had tried actually. Just give me 1 second. That's why I decided to move. That's why I decided to move into this environment to show you. It's working here, right?
Maybe the syntax is
हाँ
different.
नहीं 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 मुझे ऐसे लग रहा है ओके
Because it is importing the system library, also
सिस्टम
using.
या सिस्टम लाइब्रेरी हम इंपोर्ट करते हैं एक बार ट्राई मारते हैं ऐसे करके तो भी नहीं ठीक है यहाँ हो गया यहाँ तो चालू करते ही यूज करना इसमें इसमें ना एरर भी नहीं आ रहा है कुछ भी नहीं आ रहा है ना हमारा
हाँ, ब्लैक स्क्रीन आएगी मैम
बैक
वहाँ पे.
स्क्रीन नहीं आ रही है हैव यू ट्राइड विद द इंपोर्ट सिस्टम
Ma'am, I have tried the using SOS also. It is not working.
ओह इट्स स्टिल नॉट वर्किंग ओके Okay, let me do one thing. I will explain this the code first. Okay, maybe because of this editor it's not working. Otherwise, code completely right है हमारा. So we need to import 2 libraries. One library Matplot is basically for drawing the plot, and the second one is NumPy is basically for collecting the data. Now we will be collected the data in the form of array, and then we store into a few points like x and y points and that points we will be passing to the uh, our PLT basically a submodule that is a PyPlot. So PyPlot is a submodule of your Matplotlib using plot function. It's a plot function is draw the points. It's a function which is being used as a marker. Okay, so this is a plot function is basically draw a line. This is basically used for a marking on the line. Okay, so using this plot function, you can plot the line, okay, the line which is the earlier the way it is being shown, the same way it will actually shown on your screen. Okay, but why it is not being shown in your screen? So we had tried with this. Again, we will do one another import. Okay, let's try with this. Okay, and we will use a matplotlib use as a, we'll just pass this. Still not coming, right? Just want to see just who on the screen. Okay. It's not showing any error, but it is not showing the output at the same time. Okay. See, you can try it in your environment because see, in your environment, luckily you are getting the result. So you can try it in your environment. This will be a darker one, okay. Give me 1 second. We will try it with some another environment as well. Okay. Krishnan, have you tried Trinket anytime? Yeah, Krishnan.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you tried Trinket?
No, ma'am, I have not tried that.
Okay, Trinket, in that Trinket environment, it is showing the code. Now
Just 1 minute.
I'm just sharing my screen. Trinket is another online compiler for the Python. And it is already come with the these all libraries. Okay. So we just use as it is the code and it's working. Some error is coming like sys is not added. So they are expecting that we should add a sys. Now the output, you can get it here. Are you able to see the output? How we can draw a line between 0 to 6 on the x-axis? So if you see in the output also of this image, you will find that this is the 0 to 6 on the x-axis and 0 to 250 on the y-axis, which is being defined here. Now quickly do one thing. Make some changes in this. Okay, I'll do one thing. Okay, I'll just take a screenshot of it as you want that screenshot as well for the program. So this is these two lines are optional, huh? Last two lines to make our compiler. We are using the online compiler, that's why that lines are coming. Okay. Finally, we get the output. So if Shri, in your environment, if any kind of trouble, so you can use this Trinket online compiler as I am also using. And I'm suggesting that you can also use this to just get the output. Okay. How we can draw the lines or how the data, basically using a data set, we can visualize that data set on the screen using this Matplotlib library. Okay, let's begin with few more changes here. So if I just make it like this, okay, 6 point, no, like this, 2.6.9, okay, and few changes I'm making here as well in the data array, say 3, 8, 9, 13. So some variations I made it, okay, and now I am running. So you will find if once the variation we made in the data set, the line is not become straight now anymore. It is a little bit deviated as per the data which is being passed. Are you understanding, Shri and Krishnan?
Yes, ma'am, I'm doing side by side with you.
Yes,
Yes,
sure.
ma'am.
Krishnan, have you started with the trinket? It's actually showing the result, so you can try it with the trinket rather than wasting.
Yes, ma'am. I have tried one code. It is working. The simple line, straight line.
Okay, straight line it is working.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
then I just made some changes in the data set and now I draw a different pattern of the line. Okay, so the last value which you are taking, like in the data or in the array, that will be the last point on your axis. Okay, suppose a 9 I had taken in the last, so the 9 is the last basically scale in on the axis. Okay. If you want to extend this, so you can just change how the behavior will be of the line. So it completely depend on the data set. Okay. So if you change any value in this data set, okay, let's say I'm just changing. Okay. So I'm just making 13. Okay. 21. Okay. Then I'll just have a 3, 6, and maybe 9 probably. Okay. 6, 3, 21, and 7. And 17. Now you will find so much variation in that graph. Okay. So such kind of graph, we cannot have it with the simple, basically the straight line graph. Okay. So in such kind of graph, we need a scattered diagram. Okay. So where we should use a scattered diagram, where we should use a simple graph, that is being decided by the data set on which you are working. Okay. Now, okay, few more things into the Matplotlib. There is a marker function, okay? So we'll go back to our file and we will discuss few things here. So there is a marker function, okay? So Matplotlib marker, okay? So this marker is the key, or we can say the keyword, okay? Marker is a keyword which actually emphasize, or which actually, yeah, to emphasize each point with the specified markers. Okay. So how it actually works? So let's say I want to make a certain key points, okay, or I want to highlight the points with the on that graph, okay. So like a import, okay, it's better I will demonstrate here only. So I will be having import numpy. This is all the way it is. I will be keeping as it is. I'll just keeping few points. I will be just keeping say x y point, or maybe the x point, whatever you want. I am just making it 1. These are the comments here. This is the comment actually. Okay. So I'm just keeping it the y here. Okay. And y point, so then x points are not needed to added here because x points are already be commented. I just want to show you how the marker works actually. Okay. And then you will be using a marker keyword here. Okay. What marker you will be assigning value. Okay. So you will be assigning value like say O, the circles will be there. Okay. That's it. And we will be executing this. Now look at this. At every point, the marker is being showing, or this is a point is being marked. Are you able to see? Yes? Krishnan and Shri, both of you understanding this? How the marker works?
Ma'am, please explain the marker part again.
See, marker is basically a mark on the point, okay, where the we record the value. Let's say 3. So 3 पे mark हुआ. Let's say then the 6. So 6 पे mark हुआ.
Yes,
So
ma'am,
what
it's
is this?
working.
Yeah, so this is a marker. Okay. So this is the kind of marking we can get it on that line where the data is being recorded. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then we can also have, suppose instead of marker, if you want to give star, so you can just give a star over here, asterisk. Okay, so that is your own, basically what way you want. Marker can be a circle, marker can be a star. It can be a small x. Okay, so all this symbol you can just pass to that marker, just like the way I did for a right now, just a circle. Okay. If I want that the line, okay, if you want, yeah, then we can also format the string using FMT. FMT is also a keyword, and actually it's not a keyword, it's a parameter, okay? So FMT is being written with the syntax marker, pipe color. Okay, how it is being used, like how I can change the color, or how this is a blue color, that's a by default it is coming. Okay, so how I can use a FMT notation. So let's say work on the same array I'm working, and I'll be using I'm not using now marker anymore. I'll be straight away using FMT notation. So O and say R. Okay. So what I will get it here? I'll get a marker with the red color because R is basically for the red and O is the marker notation. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then, yes, then the line notation, you can have a solid, dotted, dashed. So all the line, basically what you want, you can represent in that manner. I just represent in the colon, so that's why it's coming into the dotted manner. Okay. If you want into the dashed, so you can just pass a dash over there. So it will work in the dash manner. Okay. R is a red, that's why it's coming into the red color. Okay. Some other colors also given by default. That's a green color for G, B for the blue color, C for the cyan, M for the magenta, Y for the yellow, and K for the black, and W for the white. Okay. So if we want to change with instead of R, okay, one second. Instead of R, if I just want it to M, okay, M is for the magenta. Let's try with the magenta color. Yeah. So magenta color is coming. Yeah, perfectly. Yes. Now we will quickly see the Matplotlib, how we can draw the scattered. Okay, how we can draw the scattered basically plots. So on the same values, okay, on the same values, I'm just using the X values also now. And I will be plotting instead of plot, I will be using scattered. So I'll be just commenting this plot option. Okay, and I will be just plotting a scattered diagram. Okay, so scattered plot can be drawn with the scattered as a function. And there I will be pass X points. Oh, that's it. So now I got a scattered diagram. Are you able to see on my screen now how we can draw the scattered basically plots using Matplotlib?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now there are two, three things associated that this dots. Okay. अब सेम वही जो डॉट ब्लू कलर में दिख रहा है अगर आपको रेड में चाहिए पर्पल में चाहिए सॉरी मजेंटा में चाहिए सो दिस द वे वी डिड फॉर द सिंपल प्लॉट द सेम थिंग द फीचर्स वो ही है वो उसमें कोई चेंजेस नहीं रहेंगे अगर आपको वो कलर चेंज करना है यू कैन यूज ओ एम दैट एफ आर एम फॉर्मेट जिसको हम एफ आर एम फॉर्मेट कहते हैं ओके let's say if you want to compare two scattered plots, how you are going to do that? I'll give you one small assignment, okay? Uh, let's say you compare, okay? I hope these things are clear, okay? I just take a screenshot of it.
Ma'am, comparing what?
Two plots.
Okay.
So, okay, this is a small assignment I'm giving you, okay? Uh, compare two scatter plots using Matplotlib. Okay, how we will compare? Let's say there are two values or two data set you are working with. Okay, two data sets you are working with. Data set one is for speed of your car. Okay, and age and the speed. Okay, so speed of cars and the age of your age of the car. Okay, age of the car. That is also okay. Or yes, or weight of the car, whichever you can take it. So आपको दो डेटा सेट्स लेने पड़ेंगे, कार 1 और कार 2 के लिए आप खुद क्रिएट करो और फिर उसके ऊपर you just use this. Can you try this as a just homework for exploring the what I say, for exploring the
Yes, ma'am.
Matplotlib? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, I'm just giving in the chat box.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you also share the yesterday's word file?
I'm sharing a complete word file just right away here itself. Yesterday's word file. Yesterday we didn't have any session ना, उसके पहले वाला ना.
Yes, ma'am, the previous one.
हाँ, मैं ना एक्चुअली देती हूँ आपको, मुझे देखना पड़ेगा कौन सा फाइल था क्योंकि देयर आर सो मेनी फाइल्स. सो आई विल बी शेयरिंग ऑन द व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप.
Ma'am, just
Okay.
day before yesterday, it was a statistic, ma'am.
हाँ,
Hmm.
रिग्रेशन
Or,
वाला,
or
राइट
as
राइट
well as
राइट,
we
हाँ.
asked for the Excel sheet too.
हाँ, एनालिसिस जो डिस्कस किया था, राइट राइट. आई रिकॉग्नाइज. आई एम शेयरिंग ऑन द
Last two sessions, ma'am.
यस. मैं आपको भेजती हूँ, व्हाट्सएप पे भेजती हूँ.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Fine. So Matplotlib, how to use it, it is clear. There are few features are remaining that we can cover it in the next class. So in the next class, we will try to do it Seaborn also and Matplotlib few features, and then we move into the Tableau side. Okay. Fine. So we'll stop here today and we'll connect in the next session. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.